Hey, Chef. Welcome to Florida's largest craft distillery, St. Petersburg Distillery here in beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida, which is just right across the water from the restaurant, right?
It's quite beautiful.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Listen, I can't wait to take you inside. Jesse's got some really awesome things for us to see and for us to taste, right? Some awesome things that we're going to put together for the Closed Door series.
Well, I am excited. Let's go.
Let's go check it out. So, Chef, I thought, listen, who better to talk to us about the brands that we were going to bring into this Closed Door series other than the great Jesse, who represents St. Petersburg Distillery.
I want to lay out the menu for that night.
Yeah, that's right.
It's one of my favorite things to do in food is take two things that are completely thought to be opposite and put them together.
Right.
And you'll find through the menu the similarities in the two, Asian and Latin. There are a lot. So we're gonna have fun with that. And I love the lineup. Tell us a little bit about it.
Right, so we'll start with our open palm coconut rum. This is actually one of my favorite products that we distill. It is a full rum, it's not a liqueur.
This is the one that we tried in the restaurant. This is what brought us here.
It's fantastic.
Nice. So the coconut flavor in this guy is obtained through an extraction process rather than us trying to use the dry, chalky piece of the coconut, which just does not end well.
Is that like a typical way that people make coconut rum?
I believe so. Okay. Like they try to get the dry, chalky piece, grind it down, smush it, get the water out of it, and then kind of let it sit and age and, ferment. Otherwise, it's a great sipper. Goes good with any tropical juice is kind of how we kind of typically make it, but it's a very, very refreshing, very mild coconut flavor in there. You're gonna taste a little bit of vanilla almost on the back end.
Oh, man.
But the coconut flavor is subtle, good white rum base.
Right.
So it's not overpowering, little tropical.
It's definitely not shy about what it is. It's straightforward coconut.
This is so good.
Coupled with exactly vanilla, so crisp, clean. It's gonna be fun to work with.
What would you combine that with?
As a starter, I think we're gonna go tropical right off the bat and see if we can't put this with a starter. I would also use it for a dessert, both in the dessert and in the drink for the dessert. So
nice.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Cool.
What do we have next?
Next we have our Sunset Gin. This guy is one of our two gins. It is a London dry style gin. The orange color is natural. It comes from the orange peels that we infuse it with after we distill.
Okay.
So very juniper forward, but with that little hint of orange on the back end.
Awesome.
I just do something fizzy and a fresh lime. For me, it's just very refreshing on its own. It doesn't have to be doctored up too much, so I'm real intrigued with what you're gonna do with it.
All right, so cheers.
Cheers.
And then, you wanna...
I'll leave you out.
Because I heard that you guys actually ship in fresh oranges.
Yes.
And I don't want to say pulverize and puree. I don't know.
So the
Talk to me a little
oranges,
bit of
they
how
are
you do
Florida
that.
oranges. They come in
Look at
about
the color on this.
10,000 pounds at a time.
Wow.
We hand juice them in the back. You guys
Oh.
saw the juicers.
Okay.
The juicers slice them and juice them, and then we throw the carcasses into the tank, which is what helps make this guy. But the leftover peels go in the tank with this guy. Because
I love it. It's a gin, but it's not gin. Like it's really just diverse in the palate.
I know there's more citrus in this one than anything. There's lime, lemon, orange by the
absolutely
boatload in this guy.
Yeah.
That's
Kind of just to help
fantastic.
with the London dry style situation.
Sure.
So with that one, Chef, are we thinking more of a drink or more of something that you would make almost like a glaze for one of the dishes? What are we thinking we can do?
I think we're going to go after both.
Okay.
I think given the theme of the dinner, it's going to be easy to incorporate that in a cocktail and the dish itself. The tropical essence of Latin food and how Japanese really embraces a lot of citrus tones, for sure. Yeah.
Excellent.
Look forward to that.
All right, what do we have next?
So next is my favorite, which is our Tippler's Bourbon Reserve blend. This is our newest member, most high-end, most expensive to date. Wow. We took our regular Tipplers, we bourbon barrel aged it for 1.5 years, and we poured out and blended it with our bourbon. At the time of blending, the bourbon was a 4-year bourbon. Very much a sipper on its own. For me, it sips like a light old-fashioned. Wow. I love to combine it with You can combine it with any favorite whiskey, bourbon, makes a good old-fashioned that way. It'll replace your simple syrup and your bitters in the cocktail at that point, so it's fantastic. My favorite use, like I told the ladies, which I hope they take my instructions, is for mimosas. So instead of juice with your champagne, you actually throw this in there with it, and it makes a fantastic mimosa.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's really good stuff. So, Chef, how should you explain the flavor profile, what we smell, what we taste? Are you thinking about more of a sauce, more of a cocktail for the Closed Door series? What's your thoughts on that?
I definitely think it's possible in both.
Okay.
I'd love to cook with it. It's got an enormous palate, very citrus forward. You do still have a lot of that nice spice.
Yeah, you do.
That herbal essence of gin. It'll be great in a cocktail for sure.
Excellent. All right. So my understanding, this is only sold here
At the distillery.
at the
Or
distillery.
if I'm at an event, I have it with me.
Are there any plans on changing that? I mean, look, we don't mind pulling people's butts down here, but are there any future plans on getting those on shelves?
So not on shelves. We
Okay.
are open to exclusivity
Okay.
to places, but not on shelves.
All right.
Yeah.
See that? Well, it's going to be exclusive to our Closed Door series. How about that?
That's right.
Chef, what do you think?
Again, the diversity, the palate, enormous. There's a lot of things going on, yet everything is kind of just straightforward. You get a lot of that orange. The bourbon by itself, like that bourbon, the essence of bourbon in the liquor is there, and it's good. It's not hot. I love how smooth it is. I like it.
It's fantastic. I mean, in my background, I've bartended for 20 years, right? I've never seen anything like this. This is a great thing about this facility, and they make craft brands, which are just to the imagination of the master distiller and the guys that run this place. It's fantastic, and what they come up with time and time again just shows in the beautiful products that they produce.
Give me that over a big ice cube, and I think I'd be happy.
Yeah,
That's just simply poured
Yep,
out.
indeed.
It stands well by itself.
We're in Tampa. Make sure there's a cigar there too, right? All right, awesome. All right, let's see. All right, and finally, your rum and
finally,
spice.
our old St. Pete Righteous Rum and Spice. Very much a sipper.
Righteous. All right.
Yes, righteous. It is righteous. Righteously bold, righteously sweet. So very, very sweet. A little bit of spice. Great as a sipper. I just like to, honestly, I do vanilla ice cream
Ooh,
with
okay.
that, and I kind of make like a little shake situation, and that's literally how I prefer to enjoy it. But like I said, a sipper, if you want to freeze it, you could warm it up a little bit. It's fantastic. The notes of the cassia bark, so before it actually becomes cinnamon, we don't even let it process that way. We just take it right off the bark, and that's the spice that you taste. You're gonna get vanilla, you're gonna get toffee, you're gonna get raisins, lots of honey. Can't really go wrong with this guy, honestly.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
I mean, right off the bat, it coats the tongue. All those spices that you mentioned. The great thing about liquor for me is everyone's palate is kind of different, right?
Completely different.
We know with rum and spice, just like with wine and anything like that, you can have those sell sheets, they call them in our industry, where it's like it explains to you what's in each one of the products. And you can sit here and say raisins and this. I mean, but me tasting it in my palate, I'm getting that cinnamon, but I'm also getting like plum. I'm also getting prunes, right? I'm also getting like, any type of like red, dark fruit, grapes even,
Yep.
are coming through with full emotion. It's fantastic. I mean, Chef, geez, you can probably make anything with this.
I mean, I love how much we're talking about using these in cooking and cocktail making, but seriously, from start to finish, just give me an ice cube, and it's really good.
Same.
It's
Right.
a lot of fun to drink.
Right.
I mean, a lot of fun to explore all those flavors. I'm sure
Thank
they
you.
open up over time, and very impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we got a pretty good
Of
flight
course.
for the Closed Door series. We're excited to have all these things.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having
all
us, of
products.
course.
Yeah.
Well, I see why you brought me here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Quite the lineup.
Can't go
Looking
wrong
forward to
with-
featuring this June 20th in less than a month.
Yeah, coming up quick.
So definitely excited to cook featuring these local craft spirits. definitely join us.
So this tasting isn't exactly just exclusive to us in our closed door series. This wonderful facility, St. Petersburg Distillery, welcomed us in, but it is open to the public. Jesse, when are you guys open? Is it Tuesday through?
You guys are always welcome to come into the distillery for a tasting. We're open Wednesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And on Sundays we open from noon to 6. We hope to see you guys soon.
You heard it here, right? Make sure you bring your butts down here. You want to try what we just sampled? The Tipplers, the Old St. Pete's, they got the whole line here and they got a lot of swag. Come on out.